My name is Danica Pascavage, and I help organize all the free hands-on technology workshops for middle school girls. Right now, our workshops are all virtual, but we're hoping to be back in person soon. Today, we're going to focus on creating an app prototype. So most people, when they think of technology, they think of coding. And one of the things we do in our workshops is we try to show you that there's lots of ways to be involved in technology without having to be a coder. So for instance, today we're going to be focusing on the user experience side, which if you're looking this up later for careers, you might see as UX or user experience. In this case, we're going to be thinking about what do our users want to see in an app? What apps do we need in the world, and what should each screen look like? So for this particular workshop, you're going to need some paper. You're going to need something to draw with if you like color, if you like to keep it more simple. I have some stickers because I'm not a very good drawer, so I like to use some stickers. And you're going to need a smartphone. So at the end is when the smartphone comes into play. You can wait until then to ask your parents to borrow theirs or to use your own. So let's get started. The very first step is to figure out what app do you want to create? What apps don't exist in the world yet that you would like to see? Or what apps are out there that you don't think are very user-friendly and you would like to recreate in a more user-friendly way? So first step is to take some time, brainstorm some ideas. Maybe it's something you're passionate about. Maybe it's something you would just like to see for fun. Maybe it's a game that's on an app. Come up with the ideas and then also write down who the audience would be. Would your audience be younger children? Would they be adults? Would they be all ages? So take a moment to brainstorm on that. Okay, so our first step is going to be to trace our phone or something that's a similar size on some pieces of paper. So I've traced it twice already. I'm going to trace it a third time. Sometimes having a third screen for my particular idea, I think I'm going to need that third screen. So it doesn't have to be a perfect tracing, but it's about the size of your phone. Next, you have to come up with your idea. So for my idea, it's going to be about finding a buddy, whether you're at lunch or you're at recess. So my audience is going to be elementary school kids. I remember in elementary school what it would feel like to sometimes not have somebody to sit with at lunch or to not have someone to play with at recess. So this would be an app that you could use to find somebody to sit with or to find somebody to play with at recess. So I'm going to design my app and I'm going to say, find a buddy is going to be the name of my app. And the very first screen you come into is going to say that. So if you're fancy, you could do calligraphy. You could also do a printout and tape it on, or if you have stickers, you could do that. Instead of drawing people, I'm going to use some stickers here. Like I said, I'm not a very good artist. So the very front of my app is going to have a sticker for people. And then what I'm going to do is, first thing we need to know is, are you at recess or is it for lunch? So where are you trying to find a buddy for? So I'm going to make two buttons. And one button is going to say lunch. And one button is going to say recess. And again, you can take time to make yours, your writing a little bit nicer. All right, and then let me finish up the rest of my screens and come back and show you them. Hi, everybody. Did you finish drawing your screens? Let me show you what I drew. So we started out with find a buddy earlier. We're going to find a buddy to either eat lunch with or go to recess with. If you click on lunch, it comes over here and I use some stickers, French fries and carrots, trying to keep that healthy balance. And then you're saying whether you're buying or packing. That way it's easier to find each other. Now I also have a back button in case you decide it's not lunch that you want to find a buddy for. You can go back and choose recess instead. Here's my recess screen. So at recess, again, I've got my sticker with a soccer ball on it? Do you want to go to the playground? Do you want to play some sports? Do you just want to walk and talk? So lots of options there for what to do at recess. The next step is to grab a phone. So if you have a phone, a smartphone, that's great. If you have a grown-up that you can borrow one from, that's great as well. What we need to do is go to the App Store and download Marvel Design. So design is kind of a funny word. It's got a G in it. Don't forget about that. But go to the App Store and search for Marvel Design. And I will show you what that looks like. So when you come in, you'll probably see Marvel cartoons at the top. That's not the one you want. It might be a little bit further down that you find Marvel Designs. It has a white background for the icon, and it says Marvel in kind of an aqua color. So go ahead and get that app. Pause if you need to get it, and then come on back. All right, I've got the app open. And the first time you come in, it might ask you a few questions. Feel free to answer them as you're comfortable, but hopefully you'll get to a page that looks a little bit like this. At the top, it says projects. So you're trying to get to the page that says projects at the top. That's what I come right into. So if you have to find other ways to get there, you can play around. There's also a little tutorial there you can watch later. If you click on that button for the movie, it'll give you a little tutorial of how to use this, but I'm going to be your tutorial for now. So we're going to click on Create Project. There's a blue button there that says Create Project. So go ahead and click on that. And at the top, it's asking you to, name your project. All right, so when you come in, it's going to ask you to name your project. So I'm going to click on where it says write your project name here, and I'm going to call it Find a Buddy. So that's the name of my project, and then you can scroll through here and find your phone type. I have an iPhone X, so I'm going to click on iPhone X, and then I'm going to click Done. And my next step is to add some designs. So the green plus button at the bottom is where I get to add in all of the pictures that I've taken. So you're going to click on the green button, and then you've got some choices. Create a design actually allows you to make all of these designs that you just drew in here instead. So if you like to use technology to kind of create and draw, you would click on that, and that would allow you to create the same thing that we drew. I like to draw because I don't know if you all have the same kinds of phones at home. So this way we've all drawn on pen and paper. I know you can probably find that at home. So I'm going to click on Camera, and I'm going to take a picture of every single one I have here so you can see my screen. I'm highlighting one of the screens I drew. Actually, let me start from the first one. It says Find a Buddy. So I take a picture of it. I click the camera button there, take a picture of it. And then I take a picture of the next one. And I take a picture of the last one. Okay, so I have all three pictures in there. I'm going to click the green, there's a green check mark there. And then once I click that green check mark, it's going to go through each picture one by one, and I can expand it a little bit to make it fit a little better. So that's why I picked was an iPhone X, because this is the shape of my phone. So that's where I'm going to expand this to fit that. If I don't like this picture, I can hit the red X and retake the picture. Maybe my hand was shaking when I took it, for instance. But I like the picture, so I just expanded it, and I hit, yep, that's a good crop. So I hit scissors there. It goes to the next one, and I hit crop again. And then this last one, I'm probably going to expand just a little bit, and I hit crop. Awesome. So now all three pictures are there for me. Beautiful. So now my goal is to make this into a prototype. So a prototype allows you to test out what the app would look like on your phone if you were using it. And this is really nice because it allows you to test what it looks like before you actually go in and code it. Because you might find that you don't like the way it looks, and then you don't have to, wipe out all that code and start over. So what we're going to do next is create some links on each one of these. So I'm going to say, actually, let me move the camera down a little bit. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to start with the first screen, which is Find a Buddy. And let me turn these around so you can read them as well. And you can see it says tap add link to link your design. So what we're trying to do now is set it up so this works like an app, so that if I choose find a buddy and I go to lunch, it's going to take me to the next screen for lunch. So I'm going to choose this button up here that says add link, and it puts this blue square in the middle. I'm going to drag that square down and I'm going to resize it a little bit. It's a lot easier for me to do this if I just pull it down. So give me a second here. Come on, resize, buddy. There we go. Okay. So I resize it so that it just covers lunch. So you can see it's kind of translucent, like blue, teal, aqua over the word lunch. And then I click link to image. So there's two choices here. There's link to image and there's remove. So I'm going to choose link to image. And it's basically asking me, when you click on lunch, where's it supposed to take you? Well, it's supposed to take me to the screen that says lunch. So I'll click on that. Okay, so that's linking that button to come to this next page. I click done. Okay, now I want to add another link. And it gives me another blue square. I drag that down. I resize it over the word recess. And then I say link to image. Where do I want this one to go? I want it to go to the recess one. So I click recess. I click done. Awesome. There's no more links on this one. So I'm going to click the green done button. And it brings me back to the original page with all of my pictures. All right, so let's do lunch now. Is there anything I need to link in lunch? Well, I've got a buy button, I've got a pack button. I don't have a buy and a pack screen yet. I will be adding those, but it's good to start with just a few screens to get a feel for it. So nothing to link to with those, but I do have to link something for the back. So I click add link, I drag this down. Of course, make that fit the back button there. And then I choose add link at the top. Oh, nope, not add links. Yeah, mistake, but that's okay. There's a remove button. So I click on that and then I choose link to image. I have to link this to an image. And when it goes back from lunch, it should go back to find a buddy. So I'm going to choose find a buddy and choose done. Awesome. And I'm also done with this because there's nothing, oops, there's nothing else to, sorry about that. There's nothing else to link on this page. So I'm going to click done. All right, how about the recess page? So I'm going to add a link. Oh, actually, let's look through this. I've got playground, sports, and walk and talk. I don't have those screens, so I really don't have anything to link here yet. So I'm done on this one. Okay, so I've done all the links. Now I want to test it out. I want to try my prototype. So I'm going to use the play button down here. It's a blue play button, looks like an arrow or a sideways triangle. So I click on that. And here we go. Look, looks like an app, right? It's the same size as my phone, which is why I chose that iPhone X at the beginning, so that when it comes through, it would be the same size as my phone. All right, so find a buddy. I'm going to lunch. What happens if I click on lunch? Boom, takes me to lunch. So here I am. Do I want to buy? Do I want to pack? Or do I want to go back? Oh, shoot, it's not lunch where I need a buddy. It's at recess. So I'm going to click back. Hey, it took me back. Awesome. Then I'm going to go to recess. Oh, shoot, I don't need someone at recess. I need them at lunch. But, oh, no, there's no back button. So that's really where prototypes come in helpful, is noticing what you're missing, right? Like if you coded all of this and you forgot the back button, that's going to be a little bit more of a pain to add in. Also, you want to give this prototype to some people to test for you. They might come back and say, I really hate that sometimes your back button's up here and sometimes it's over here. Well, again, if you had already coded that in, it's more of a pain to change it after the fact. And then just give it to somebody and say, what do you like? What do you hate? What do I need to do better? What can I add? People will give you ideas of, what if it also did this? They might give you graphical ideas. They might give you ideas like the buttons are too small. When I click on it, my fingers are so big, it clicks 2 buttons at once. So those are the reasons why we do prototypes. After we perfect our prototype, we might pass it along to someone who's going to code it. We might be the coders ourselves, right? So, everything's awesome. Whichever way it works, you are designing something for user to have experience. So that's UX, user experience, and design. If you're in here and you want to get out of it, all you need to do is hold this down with your finger and you'll get 2 choices. Exit, which is the red button, and start again, which will just take you to the beginning of that particular prototype or app. I'm going to choose exit. It takes me back here. There's also a back button up there, And then I come back and I can actually do yet another app. So if I click the plus sign there, I can create another prototype. So thank you so much for spending some time with me. This was really fun. I hope you created a cool app. I hope you give us some good ideas. I hope I get to buy your app someday. Come visit us at TechGirlz. We do workshops. They're usually about 2 to 3 hours long. So we do things like creating a website. We do things like creating your own podcast or movie editing. You might be able to edit some photos and do some marketing. We do engineering and roller coasters. We create jewelry using Tinkercad, which is software that like architects and engineers use. So jewelry designers are using it now as well. And we've got ones where you can create a game, you can code a game, and also just learn lots of different coding languages. So check us out. If you created a cool app and you want to send it to us, email it to us. We'd love to see what you created. But thank you so much for spending this time with me. It was a lot of fun.